What happens during week 13 to 14? The fetus has a CRL of about 3 inches, 8 centimeters. The biological sex of the fetus can sometimes be seen by looking at external sex organs on an ultrasound. Hair begins to grow. The prostate gland begins developing in biologically male fetuses. Ovaries move down from the abdomen to the pelvic area in biologically female fetuses. The roof of the mouth is formed. What happens during week 15 to 16? The fetus has a CRL of about 4.5 inches, 12 centimeters. Hundreds of thousands of eggs form in the ovaries of biologically female fetuses. What are the symptoms of pregnancy in the 4th month? Some of the early signs and symptoms of pregnancy go away when you're 4 months pregnant. Nausea usually lessens, but other digestive problems, like heartburn and constipation, may be troublesome. Breast changes, growth, soreness, and darkening of the areola usually continue. It's common to have shortness of breath or to breathe faster. Increased blood flow may lead to unpleasant pregnancy symptoms, such as bleeding gums, nosebleeds, or nasal stuffiness. You also may feel dizzy or faint because of changes in your blood and blood vessels. What happens in the 5th month of pregnancy? When you're 5 months pregnant, your fetus develops soft body hair and a greasy coating that helps protect the skin. What happens during weeks 17 to 18? The fetus has a CRL of 5.5 to 6 inches, 14 to 15 centimeters. What happens during week 19 to 20? The fetus has a CRL of about 6.5 inches, 16 centimeters. Lanugo, a fine downy hair, covers the body. The skin is also covered with vernix caseosa, a greasy material that protects the skin. A uterus forms in a biologically female fetus. What are the symptoms of pregnancy in the 5th month? People usually feel fetal movements for the first time during the 5th month. It may feel like flutters or butterflies in your stomach. This is sometimes called quickening. The pregnancy symptoms of the 4th month continue this month. Heartburn, constipation, breast changes, dizziness, shortness of breath, nosebleeds, and gum bleeding are common. Your breasts may be as much as 2 Cuban peso sizes bigger by now. What happens in the 6th month of pregnancy? During the 6th month, your fetus starts to develop blood cells, taste buds, eyebrows, and eyelashes. What happens during week 21 to 22? The fetus has a CRL of about 7 inches, 18 to 19 centimeters. Bone marrow starts making blood cells. Taste buds begin to form. What are the symptoms of pregnancy in the 6th month? Pregnancy symptoms from the 4th and 5th month usually continue. Shortness of breath may improve. Your breasts may start producing colostrum, tiny drops of early milk. This may continue throughout the rest of your pregnancy. Some women have Braxton Hicks contractions when they're 6 months pregnant. They feel like a painless squeezing of the uterus or abdomen. This is the uterus's way of practicing for labor and delivery. Braxton Hicks contractions are normal and not a sign of early labor. But check with your doctor if you have painful or frequent contractions or if you have any concerns. What happens in the 7th month of pregnancy? Your 3rd trimester starts during your 7th month of pregnancy, on week 28. What happens during week 25 to 26? The fetus has a CRL of about 9 inches, 23 centimeters. The fetus develops more and more fat from now until the end of pregnancy. What happens during week 27 to 28? The fetus has a CRL of about 10 inches, 25 centimeters. Eyelids are usually fused together until about 28 weeks. What are the symptoms of pregnancy in the 7th month? Your uterus continues to expand when you're 7 months pregnant. Back pain is common. Pregnancy symptoms from earlier months continue. Dizziness may lessen. What happens in the 8th month of pregnancy? During your 8th month of pregnancy, your fetus is about 11 inches long, and the lanugo, the fine, soft hair that covers your fetus's body, begins to fall off. What happens during week 29 to 30? The fetus has a CRL of about 10.5 inches, 27 centimeters. Testes usually begin descending into the scrotum from the abdomen between weeks 30 and 34 in a biologically male fetus. This is usually complete by 40 weeks. What happens during week 31 to 32? The fetus has a CRL of about 11 inches, 28 centimeters. Lanugo starts falling off. What are the symptoms of pregnancy in the 8th month? You may feel tired and have a more difficult time breathing as your uterus grows upward. You may get varicose veins, blue or red swollen veins, most often in the legs, or hemorrhoids, varicose veins of the rectum. Hemorrhoids can be painful and itchy and can cause bleeding. You may also get stretch marks where your skin has expanded. Braxton Hicks contractions, heartburn, and constipation may continue. You may urinate a bit when sneezing or laughing because of pressure from your uterus on your bladder. Hormones may make your hair appear fuller and healthier. What happens in the 9th month of pregnancy? When you're 9 months pregnant, your fetus's eyes and pupils are more developed, and it has more body fat. What happens during week 33 to 34? The fetus has a CRL of about 12 inches, 30 centimeters. The eyes have developed enough for pupils to constrict and dilate when exposed to light. Lanugo is nearly all gone. What happens during week 35 to 36? The fetus has a CRL of about 12.5 inches, 32 centimeters. The fetus is considerably fatter, and the skin is no longer wrinkled. What are the symptoms of pregnancy in the 9th month? The growing fetus places more and more strain on your body when you're 9 months pregnant. Common pregnancy symptoms at this time may continue through the end of pregnancy. These symptoms include fatigue, trouble sleeping, trouble holding urine, shortness of breath, varicose veins, and stretch marks. Some fetuses drop down into the lower part of the uterus during this month. This may relieve your constipation and heartburn, which is more common earlier in pregnancy. But some fetuses don't drop down until the very end of pregnancy. What happens in the 10th month of pregnancy? When you're 10 months pregnant, your fetus reaches its final stage of development and you give birth. What happens during week 37 to 38? The fetus has a CRL of about 13 to 14 inches, 34 to 36 centimeters. The fetus has a firm grasp. What happens during week 39 to 40? You will probably give birth around this time. The average newborn baby weighs 7 pounds to 8 pounds and is between 18 to 22 inches, 46 to 56 centimeters, long with legs extended. Almost all of the vernix and lanugo are gone. It's common for newborns to have some lanugo that disappears over the first few months of life. What are the symptoms of pregnancy in the 10th month? By the end of your pregnancy, your uterus has expanded from your pelvis to the bottom of your ribcage. Pregnancy symptoms in the 10th month largely depend on when the fetus drops down into the lower part of your uterus. Shortness of breath, heartburn, and constipation usually improve when the fetus drops. But the position of the fetus lower in your pelvis causes frequent urination, peeing, and trouble holding urine. Your cervix will begin to open, dilate to prepare for delivery. This may happen a few weeks before delivery, or it might start when you go into labor. You may feel sharp pains in your vagina as your cervix dilates. After your newborn is delivered, the placenta and other tissues also come out of your body. This is called the afterbirth. Click to subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.